In this section, we're going to look at the module system in Node. You will learn what modules are, why we need them, and how they work. Throughout this section, we'll explore a few of the modules built into the core of Node, such as operating system, file system, events, and HTTP. You will also learn how to create your own modules. Now, let's get started. Section, we use this console.log function to log something on the console. Now, this console object is what we call a global object. So it's part of the global scope, which means we can access it anywhere in any files. We have a bunch of other objects and functions that are also globally available in Node. For example, we have setTimeout, which you have probably seen before. We use this to call a function after a delay, like 1 second, 2 seconds, whatever. So this is just part of the standard JavaScript. We can use this on the client, we can use this inside of a browser or inside of Node. We also have clearTimeout. Similarly, we have setInterval, which we use to repeatedly call a function after a given delay. We also have clearInterval, which we use to stop that function from being called repeatedly. So these are the global objects in JavaScript. Now in Node, we have a couple other global objects that you're going to learn about later in this section. Now in browsers, we have this window object that represents our global scope. So all the variables and functions that are defined globally, we can access them via this window object. So we can call window.console.log or simply just console.log. The JavaScript engine will prefix this statement with window.console.log because that's where this object is defined. Similarly, all these other functions you see here, they belong to the window object. So we can call window.setTimeout or call it directly. By the same token, when we declare a variable, let's say message, that variable is also available via the window object. Okay? However, in the last section, I told you that in Node, we don't have this window object. Instead, we have another object called global. So all these functions and objects we have here, we can access them via the global object. So we can do global.console.log or global.setTimeout and so on. Of course, it's easier to use the shorthand instead of prefixing them with this global. But one thing you need to know about Node is that these variables that we define here, they are not added to the global object. In other words, if we do a console.log of global.message, we're going to see undefined on the console. So let me show you. I'm going to delete all the code here. Now, back in the terminal, let's run node app.js. So we get undefined in the console. So as you can see, the variables and functions that we define here, they are not added to the global object. They're only scoped to this file, app.js. So they are not available outside of this file. And this is because Node's modular system that you're going to learn about in the next lecture.